Okay, hello, welcome back, All Things Gumball. Thank you for subscribing to this website. Welcome back, ladies, welcome back, gentlemen. I know that you are interested in building your business, and I know that you're interested in building a part-time job. Part-time, full-time. I don't know why I said part-time. You may have this job as a part-time job, but you're looking to build this full-time, I believe. I'm not sure about everybody. Maybe some of you just want a part-time income. Maybe some of you are retired and you just want a day a week, 1 day a week, 2 days a week, 4 days a week. Maybe you just want 1 day a week or 2 days a week or 3 or 4. For me, I want a full-time job. I want this to be my full-time job, and it is. So what are we talking about today? I want to talk to you about first in, first out. First in, first out. I don't know if you're familiar with that term. First in, first out. It's a term that I learned in the restaurant industry. First in, first out. What that means is if you bring, if the supplier, let's say the fish supplier, if he brings something in on Monday, let's say he brings some salmon in on Monday, and then Tuesday he brings salmon again, well, you cannot sell the fish that came in on Tuesday until the fish that came in on Monday is sold. So first in, the first fish that comes in, that has to be the first fish that goes out. And you may say, well, I want my customers to have the freshest. Yeah, but if you sell Tuesday's fish on Tuesday, what happens to Monday's fish? If you don't get rid of Monday's fish first, it's going to get older and more stale and more terrible tasting. And then you're going to end up throwing it away. You don't want to do that. You don't want to throw away fish. At least I don't think you do. I don't want to throw away food. I don't like throwing away food. I grew up in a very, very tough economy. You know, I grew up in a tough time when we didn't have a lot of food. I have 3 brothers and 3 sisters, and we were very poor. And there were days that we just didn't have very much to eat. So I've kind of learned not to throw away food, and that goes with the candy. Now, when the candy gets old and cracked and stale, you know, of course you want to throw that away. You don't want to try to sell that to the customers because you know they're not going to buy it. Now, let's talk about 2 types of canisters here. Now, this is what you call a Vending canister. If you can see, it has a slant. Okay, it's slanted. It's got a little slide underneath. Okay, when we look on the back side, it might be better to see it on the back side. Do you see how it's slanted? It's like a little hill. Okay, whee, and all the candy just kind of goes right to the center, and comes right out. Okay, eventually this will be empty. Eventually, you know, if you never really filled this up, eventually it'll empty out. Now let's talk about a different canister I've got down here. Now this is a 1-800 vending machine canister. And as you can see now, I don't know if you can see that real well, but the candy drops in the chute in the back. This is the front. Okay, that's what you're going to see. This beautiful round domed canister. It's really kind of cool looking. Okay, the back is flat. You're not going to see that. The customer doesn't see that. And so the candy can sit right here. All of the candy is in the back is dropping out into the chute. It's going out, but this candy kind of sits here. The thing is, the candy that sits here, it can sit here for weeks or months or years. It can sit here for a year. If you just dump candy on top and you don't try to send this stuff to the back, this stuff will get old and it'll get stale and it'll get nasty tasting. I don't know if you want to have your customers eating this. Now, you may say, well, I keep dumping all the fresh, I keep dumping it towards the back, I'm not going to worry about this. But what if the canister empties out and there's a tiny bit in the front that's a year old or 2 years old, and somebody shakes the machine and they get those pieces to fall in the back? They're going to be eating stale candy. They're going to be eating candy that is going to be terrible tasting. Now, if you don't do this, if you don't scoot it to the back, what do people do when they get bad food? They tell their friends. They tell everybody, hey, don't go over there. The little candy machine has horrible tasting candy. People will take the advice of one person. Let me give you an example. I worked at an Italian restaurant, and we had a full menu, Italian food. It was spaghetti and lasagna. Everything was excellent in this restaurant. Everything was excellent in this restaurant. They had, on occasion, like once every other month, they would make 10 chicken lasagnas. Okay, now that sounds pretty good, but what they did was when they served it, they would smother the chicken lasagna with a tomato sauce. And I think chicken and cream sauce sounds better. Cream sauces over chicken enchiladas. Who doesn't love that? But I think a cream sauce like an Alfredo sauce would be better over this chicken lasagna. But they didn't serve it that way. They always put the tomato sauce, the marinara, over the chicken lasagna, and that's how they served it. The manager told us that this was the most popular thing that they have to offer to the guests. I don't know why they didn't put it on the menu, but they didn't. But he said it was the biggest, or it was the fastest selling thing they have. And it would sell out in a day. I mean, they would make like 12 pans of it, and it would sell out like before dinner started. It was that popular. And this lady came in with her friends and her family, and I was taking their order, and I told her about the chicken lasagna special. And she asked me, she goes, "Do you like it?" And I was being honest. I said no. I said I don't like it because I wanted the creamy Alfredo sauce. And so she goes, "Okay, I'm not going to order it then." And I said, "Before you decide not to order it, let me just tell you, it's our biggest selling, fastest selling item on the menu. We sell out before 5 o'clock in the evening." And she said again, do you like it? And she said again, and again, she said to me, "But do you like it?" And I said, "No, I don't really like it." And she goes, "Okay, so I'll get something else. I'll get chicken fettuccine or something." Or she said, "Well, okay, I'll get something else. I'll get spaghetti bolognese." And I said, "I'm only one person. Everybody likes this dish except for me." And she goes, "I'm taking your word." So one person can sell an item. One person can persuade a room full of people not to use your vending machine. First in, first out is a good rule of thumb in this business. And again, you are in the food industry business, believe it or not. You may not have chairs and tables, but you serve food. You sell food. I hope this helps you with your vending business, and I will catch you on another video. Have a good evening, have a good morning, or have a good afternoon.